Welcome back to Hoops Lounge with a show with more punch than Blake Griffin. My name is Marc Griffin, aka Montreal Mark. I'm joined by Phil Boileau, Sporting Phil. We're going to talk NBA this week. We're going to start with a topic a couple friends of ours came up with last night on Twitter. I love Twitter. Debate over LaMarcus Aldridge or Karl-Anthony Towns. Phil, I'm going to throw these stats at you. We're going to put them for you guys on SoundCloud and YouTube. This is their rookie year. I'm going to throw this rookie year versus rookie year head to head. You have not seen this, Phil. I'm going to let you read for a second. This is when Karl now 20, LaMarcus 21. The numbers are kind of staggering.
So Karl-Anthony Towns is just way better according to this.
I'll give you. Okay, I'm gonna give you more stats, Phil, because you're a stat stuffer. These are stats this year where LaMarcus is an all-star. Cat is not an all-star head to head.
So Karl-Anthony Towns is beating him in every statistical category.
Pretty much.
I kind of preferred the other page because he's literally just destroying him in certain ones. Like
he had 32 and 10 last night, by the way. Cat.
Yeah. Is it because his team's just losing? He's a rookie, and they can't admit that a rookie can be a great player yet?
Well, it's a lot of things. Let's talk a little bit about All-Star. I don't really want to talk about snubs, but the formula, I mean, the secret formula is that the top teams tend to get 2 or 3 guys in. And so with the Spurs, number 2, barely behind Golden State, LaMarcus and Kawhi, I would have rather had Tim Duncan, to be honest. His stats are dropping off, but defensively he's still anchoring that team very much, and he's the heart and soul of the club off the court. LaMarcus numbers, he's in a system now. He's got the growing pains. He's not getting the ball as much as he did in Portland. So it's a system that doesn't necessarily need him to get 25 and 10 a night.
Well, it's kind of the Kevin Love effect,
exactly.
Right? Like Kevin Love
in a lot of ways.
Kevin Love in Minnesota is like 26 and 12.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're looking in Cleveland having kind of a third string role. I mean, they're giving the ball more. Tyrone Lue seems to be, wanting him to be a larger facet of that offense.
Right.
But still, but I think this is something LaMarcus knew, and at age 30, it's something he's understanding. I don't think he cares that much with this stuff, but I think your point is very valid. But again, Karl-Anthony Towns' team is doing poorly.
They are.
So, is that maybe a better question? Your team, do you have to do well to make an all-star team?
Generally speaking, yes. If you look at the history, at least the last 10, 20 years, yes.
But the thing is, I get that for MVP. Right? Because it's the most valuable player, but an all-star.
Keep in mind, these are unwritten rules. There's an
we need written rules for the NBA.
Well, with the coaching situation, for instance, I mean, that's just Ibaka himself. But, like, with the all-star game, it's just like the secret hat, the secret code. You're going to have 3 guys from Golden State. You're going to have 2 from Cleveland. And that's how it is. You're rarely ever going to, like, look at Damian Lillard. He's not an all-star this year, despite putting up career stats. So it's the same thing with Karl-Anthony Towns. Also, another part of the unwritten rules, you rarely ever have a rookie playing the All-Star game, which is fine. I understand it. It's the old man's club. But Cat, he's been ridiculous this year.
We've all said it. We've all said it. We've met him in person. He is a great player, will be a great player, and will continue to expand his game. I mean, whenever you have someone who has that athletic prowess, that size, that talent, that
IQ,
that pedigree from his dad's great guy, IQ, being mentored by Kevin Garnett, great system, fostering his growth. He's in the perfect system. But again, he's not gonna be good. He's good now.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I don't think people give that enough attention.
Also, he's in a small market. I understand San Antonio's a small market, but Minnesota hasn't been in the playoffs since like the 1940s.
Although that's going to change soon, I feel, because this team.
So.
Well, if you look at him, Andrew Wiggins, Zach LaVine, Sabaz Muhammad, Gorgui Dieng. Plus, they're probably going to get another draft pick this year.
Maybe Ben Simmons.
Maybe. Who knows? Is it now unthinkable that Minnesota is a destination for free agents when you have 2 of the best young players going forward, But I digress. I think something will be interesting in the All-Star game, and it just came to me, was having maybe a spot on each side or having non-contenders versus contenders. Just something to shake it up. I don't know. I feel we've seen this East-West for so long that I just want to find a way to get guys like Cat in the game.
Yeah. I mean, I thought about it. An outside-the-box solution is just say guard, forward, center, and just have, all the best kind of thrown together in a pile kind of thing. Not like the NHL did it where they picked and the worst guy got a card that's crap. I mean, I just have the best guys there. And keep in mind, end of the year, all NBAs is what matters. I mean, I know that a lot of these guys have contracts where if you make All-Star, you get, so much money, but all NBA is what matters. And the ring matters most, of course. But getting back to Cat, and LaMarcus in terms of pure talent? I mean, at their early era. I mean, what Cat is now and what LaMarcus was as a 21-year-old and like 22-year-old.
But look, I think when we think of LaMarcus Aldridge, we think of his offensive prowess, right? Already, I think Cat's a better defensive player.
Yeah.
And
he puts in more effort.
He puts in more effort. Right. But look, effort's a big part of defense,
It
right?
is,
Like,
of
we've
course.
seen a lot of guys, Carmelo-Anthony theoretically could be a good defensive player, but he's not because he doesn't put any effort.
Right.
The same with a lot of guys. So right away, defense matters to me. Defense wins championships. So right away, that puts him there. And while LaMarcus had a nice pedigree coming out of Texas, you know, he took a little bit. He's always been a good player, but you know what we saw with those stats, Karl-Anthony Towns already has more going for him. I don't know. It's tough because I love LaMarcus Aldridge in his game, but I love his developed game, like that turnaround kind of fade away where he's shooting 14 feet off the court. No one can stop that. And does Karl-Anthony Towns have a unstoppable move yet? Maybe not.
No, I think his unstoppable move is his diversity.
Exactly. I mean, he went 1 for 2 from the 3 last night. He can hit his free throws, mid range. He's even learned that hook shot. So it's a very diverse offensive game. But I think it's close because Aldridge has that go-to move. He doesn't, but defense matters. So
yeah, and Cat seems to be willing to try to take over games now, which you don't see out of 20-year-olds. And he's really, really critical of himself. You see that post game? He said he played like crap.
I completely agree, but what impresses me more is his poise.
Yeah.
He never seems to be just freaking out like a lot of rookies you see.
He's an old soul. I mean, he plays like he's been in the league forever.
Yeah, and that whole team is a wait and see.
Yeah.
I think after this year they won't have any more reasons and excuses for Karl. He won't be a rookie. He's going to be an all-star.
LaMarcus, Cat, tell us what you think.